Hi guys, I want to speak a very important subject. Maybe many people they ask about it. Jesus said, "Many are called, but few are chosen." Why? What is the reason? I asked the Lord many times about this, and the Lord replied me, "Many are called, but few are chosen, because few want to walk in the narrow way that leads to life. Many want to live in the broad way that leads to destruction." Yes, they call themselves believers. They are sometimes even they are born again, but they believe the wrong beliefs. They believe once saved, saved forever. How can you believe the wrong beliefs and then you can be saved? You must walk in the narrow way. Jesus said, "Walk in the narrow way that leads to life, and few will find it." So this is the answer. Because few are chosen, because few will find it in the narrow way that leads to life. Because they want to live sinful life. They don't want to obey Jesus. For that reason, many are called, but few are chosen. It's not enough to be born again. Yes, it's the condition to enter to heaven. But if you don't want to walk in the narrow way that leads to life, you will never enter to heaven. Once saved, saved forever doesn't exist, my friend. If you come back and live sinful life, it's not God is not rejecting you, you are rejecting yourself, because there is judgment of God. For that reason he spoke about 10 virgins. For that reason he said, "Many are called, but few are chosen." Take the story that Jesus, the parable of the 10 virgins. He spoke about 10 virgins. He said 5 of them were foolish and 5 of them were wise. Why? Because they had extra oil with them in vessels. Because they were filled by the Spirit. Because they were walking in the narrow way that leads to life. But the others, the foolish virgins, they were born again also, but they didn't want to walk in the narrow way. They want to walk in the broad way that leads to destruction. For that reason, when the bridegroom came, they weren't ready to enter. The bridegroom is coming. Go out to meet him. And they weren't ready. For that reason, many are called, but few are chosen. So let so ask God, are you am I walking in the narrow way that leads to life? So God, he never rejects anyone. No one comes to God and to Jesus and he take him out. Never. But we take ourselves out because we prefer the broad way that leads to the destruction. So my friend, for that reason many are called but few are chosen. So when you choose to walk in the narrow way and you ask God a power so I can stay in that way, in the narrow way, he will give you the power. He will fill you by the power of the Spirit so you can continue to live holiness, so you can continue to walk in that narrow way that leads to life. For that reason many are called but few are chosen. Few choose to walk in the narrow way, few find it, because few wants to obey Jesus, few want to live holiness. Most of them, they love the world and they love things of this world and prefer live with the desires of this world. For that reason, many draw back. When Jesus spoke very hard things, very tough, it was so tough to listen. And many of his disciples, they draw back. There were more than 82. They draw back. Only 12 stayed with him. And even between the 12, there was Judah. So imagine how few are that has chosen to walk with Jesus. How few. So many are called, few are chosen. My brother and sister, choose the narrow way that leads to life so you can enter in heaven. God is always faithful. He wants to take you to heaven. He wants to take you. You are saved. But if you draw back, his soul will not be pleased of you. He says the righteous will live with faith, but if he draw back, God will not find pleasure in his soul for him. So my friend, many are called, few are chosen, because few wants to live holiness, few wants to walk in the narrow way, and few will be saved. Jesus bless you.